Set that putter for way too.
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, mic check, mic check. I don't think it's working. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. I don't think it's working. All right, close enough. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Got you with another live stream and episode here. Be sure to like it, subscribe. This is the Western Michigan Rebuild Dynasty, and we are getting rolling and getting ready for Season 5. We did a live stream recently, yesterday. By the time you guys are watching this, might be a different day. If you missed it, check it out. We did the draft results, players leaving. We finished up recruiting, and now we'll pick it up. We'll do position changes, cutting players, anything we need to do there. Preseason, obviously, all of that. So off-season, preseason right here in the live stream, going all the way up until the first game of next season, and then we'll pick it up from there with, I'm going to do a spring game this year, a game where we go and practice, and we put the backups in, and we kind of just see what we got, and then we will play the first game of the year against whoever that may be. So like and sub if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Excited for Season 5. I think it's going to be the best one yet, and let's get ready to roll. Here we go. We will start with position changes. Not sure how much we need to do here, how much we don't need to do. I feel like we got a pretty good handle on things, but there might be some guys, especially in the offensive line, that we should move around and stuff. Though maybe it might be smart to let them develop and play at their typical positions and then think about moving them around. But anyways, quarterback-wise, nothing really to change. This does give you a good first opportunity at kind of what our team's looking like at the different positions for next year. So we have 4 good options at quarterback. It'll be Bobo's job to lose, in my estimation, and then Barr and Capra are right there and could compete. We'll kind of see how they look in the spring game. Not going to move anybody at running back. Carmen's going to be the guy this year. We brought him in from the portal last year. He was kind of the number 2, and now he'll be the number 1. Ravitz is developing pretty well, and then we have some guys behind that'll probably get some opportunities. Pat Stoner, notably. Z, what's up, man? Yes, indeed. Hopefully this is the year. I thought we had a championship-level team last year, to be honest with you, but wasn't meant to be. So hopefully in Season 5 it is meant to be. At receiver, Morris, I think I'm going to encourage to transfer, to be honest with you, unless there's somebody else that fits the description better. I'm just not going to play him, honestly. His catching numbers are good, but he's just too slow. I would much rather have Savage, Clancy, and one of these guys down here come in and play immediately. So that's just the way I see it. He has had some good moments for us in terms of making possession catches and moving the sticks, but I like speed and athleticism more than that. So with that said, he can't play any other position. I don't think any of these guys really could play any other positions. Possibly maybe a receiver or 2 could play running back, but we're good at running back, so I don't really feel the need to move anybody. Here's how we're looking at tight end. Dukes is back after winning the best tight end in the country award. Cooper and Tam right behind. Nobody to move there. See if we need to move anybody here at offensive line. I think the plan is we'll let them develop and do the offseason at their position, and then we'll move them based on what they are, I guess. But 82 at left tackle to start. We got a couple redshirt sophomores here that are in the 80 overalls that we could potentially move. Randall's 89 overall. He'll be a redshirt junior. Guy's a stud. Jaquez Joy is back for his senior year, 88 overall. So Goff is a guy that we'll need to move. He's 87 overall, and he's backing up right now. Yeah. So definitely we'll have to find a spot for him, probably at left tackle. Yeah, because their lowest rated guy here is Lacumbo, and he's 82 overall. So why don't we go ahead and move Goff to left tackle and see what he would be over there. 85. So he's better at guard. So 87 left guard, 85 left tackle. What would our current left guard be if we were to move him out to tackle? Cook here. Would he be better? No, he wouldn't. So let's move Goff to left tackle. So we'll have an upgrade there. Okay. Just out of curiosity, what would this 83 guy be at some different positions? Is this the right one? Yeah, Crow. He would be an 83 left guard. That's not higher than what we currently have. So we'll have to leave him there. He is a senior, though. So if we can get him on the field somewhere, I just don't think we can. So that would be a guy, like Crow would be a guy that we encourage to transfer, and we would keep Morris because we legitimately don't have a place for him to play. Like, every spot is taken up, and yeah. So he's probably a guy that we'll encourage to transfer. Same with Lacumbo. I mean, damn, now that I think about it, we could have probably brought in a few more transfers, but with that said, the only other guy we were really looking at was the center, and we don't really need one. We have an 89 overall center, as y'all saw. So left to right, Goff, 85. Would Lacumbo be a better guard, just out of curiosity? I don't think he would. Slightly, but not better than what we have. So 85, 84, 89, 88, and 88. Man, this is going to be the best offensive line that we've had yet. They haven't even trained yet. So I'm excited to see what they will be when they train. I mean, we'll probably have Randall be in the 90s. Joy will probably be in the 90s. And Lehman will probably be in the 90s as well. So 3 different 90 overall linemen. I mean, that's pretty darn good. So that's exciting. Defensive end-wise, we got Max Rooks here as a senior that we'd like to try to get on the field somewhere. So let's see if we can move him to tackle or something like that. He'd be an 83 D tackle. So that's Jimmy Witten, I'm sorry. I don't know why the game does that. I say this every offseason. He'd be a 79 D tackle or the same overall if we moved him to the other defensive end spot. So we might have a use for him at D tackle, but otherwise everybody's kind of good where they are, I feel like. Overhauser here. My brother mentioned that he could play a different position and do pretty well at it. But, yeah, he'd be 80 overall at D tackle. That's probably what he was talking about. You know what we should do is move Byrne to the other DN spot, and he would start over Overhauser instead of sitting on the bench behind him. So why don't we do that? Move him over there. So now left end, we got Winton. Rooks will probably move to defensive tackle. We'll have to look at that position here in a second. These are the guys we just brought in. All right, so D tackle, 86, 82, gray and caps. So if we moved Rooks to D tackle, what did I say, 79 overall? Maybe it's not worth it at that point. 79 would put him at 3, and we got Strong right there already. So I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll leave him there. He'll get in the rotation. He'll get some opportunities. So that's what we're looking like at left end. Right end, pretty strong on both sides. Kind of young, too, still getting better there. D tackle, I'm really excited about. These guys still have to train, but just look at, like, these guys have at least 2 more seasons left with us. So that's exciting there. Linebacker's kind of the question mark position. That's why we brought in one guy out of the transfer portal, and it was this guy here, Marquez Coxey, who I think we're going to move to outside linebacker. Let's see, though. We've had Bawanko typically playing that spot. What would Teddy Teague be at some other spots? About the same linebacker-wise. Coco Ali, here's that freshman. We will come back around and talk about the freshmen that we just got and what their overalls are, because we're starting to see what those are, which is cool. Bawanko would be a 75 Mike linebacker, so it might be worth it to put him in there. But I really like Darius Duval, who's going to be embarking on his senior season here. And I think he needs to play Mike for us. That's typically where he's played and done a great job. So I think we'll keep him there. But let's see where we can move Coxey to. Nope, not DeMarco. Wow, yeah, he'd be an 82 overall outside linebacker. So that's great. That's exactly what we need. So I'm thinking we put him at right. because we don't really have a guy over there. I like Bewanko at left or T. I mean, I like any of these guys. Bewanko is the fastest. Duval obviously in the middle, and then Coxie slots in immediately as the starting outside linebacker on the right side. So now we should probably slide one of these guys over to Mike. I think DeMarco here. Yeah, he's an 80 overall Mike linebacker as opposed to an outside linebacker. So let's put him over there. Coxie's going to start on the right side. Damn, I wonder what he would be a left outside linebacker. Come to think of it. He'd be an 82 over there. That's Duval, I'm sorry. Bro, can you not? I'm clicking on DeMarco. Why are you giving me Duval? He would be an 81 outside linebacker as a power rusher, though he's not really a power rusher kind of guy. But let's move him over there just for conversation's sake and see what that would look like. So he'd be 81 overall over there. I think we got to do that. He's not the fastest, but 6'2", 235, a little bit taller than Bewanko. Better tackling. Zone and man about the same. That's a tough call. I mean, we're just getting so many more overall ticks by putting him there. So I'm thinking we go DeMarco there and Duval in the middle and Coxie there. Now let's slide somebody over to Mike to be the future Mike, possibly T. He was kind of a Mike to begin with coming out in the recruiting process. So we'll put him over there. Boom. So there we go. 81, 83, and 82, really good. I mean, looking great from an outside linebacker standpoint, but I like where we're at now, so that's good. At corner, we'll have Stokely and Kane back, of course. 84 and 81 is our top guys. We'll have to decide on who the nickel's going to be. I think these guys are a year away from seeing the field in a big, in big situations. So we'll probably have like Karoma be our nickel back, one of these safeties that's not going to play a whole lot. Hochstein back as our free safety. Had a good season last year. Henches at strong safety. We could go with Hakeem or we could go with Karoma as the nickel. So, yeah. And then we have a new kicker, Martin Harris, and then Frederick Webb taking over as our punter. Not great, but the hope is we don't have to use him a whole lot. So going back through and looking at the freshmen, I don't see. Oh, he must be in like the athlete section or something. Yeah, we have to look at that. So we'll come back to that. Actually, why don't we just take care of it now? There we go. All right, so Kennedy, we were missing a couple guys here. Kennedy, I think, was an outside linebacker, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So let's put him at right for now. Kind of low in numbers over there. Oops. And then we have to move our running back as well, Monty Sims, to running back. There we go. Okay. So going through, looking at the freshmen, Monty Sims, 68 overall, 92 speed, 89 excel, had a really good developmental trait if I'm not mistaken, so that's exciting. I think he's going to be a really good player. He's a gem prospect, and he should develop quickly. At receiver, the only guy we brought in here was Mario Grubb. He's 66 overall, 90 speed, 93 excel, 6'3", 192. Nobody at tight end. Probably should get one this year. We brought in Darrell Eason, 4-star, 75 overall he starts out at. So that's a great starting point. He's probably going to end up being a 90 overall player, if not better than that. We also got a 4-star here in Brian Conway. He starts out even better at 76 overall. So we brought in some really good offensive linemen. And then not as big of a get, but Brody Cook here from Green Bay, Wisconsin, 6'5", 316, starts out at 68 overall. Defensive line, nobody there, but on the right side we got Joe Reese. He comes in at 69 overall. And then Dylan Osborne at 67 overall. Two more D tackles this year. Ken Etheridge, 68 overall. And Dontrell Lemon at 67. Kennedy, we just talked about, 70 overall, 88 speed, 90 acceleration. He fits right in well. Coco Ali, can't forget about him. Another 4-star we got this year. 75 overall. I think the best linebacker recruit we've ever brought in. So that's great. 85 speed, 91 excel. Agility's great and all that. Colin says that Lemon's a unit, 6'3", 328. Yeah, man, he's probably the biggest guy we got. Yeah, he is. We should probably take Dom Capps out of the game on running downs. He's only 254. Yeah, he's going to be that nose tackle. Tyleek Williams, if you will. I know you were excited about him getting picked by the Lions yesterday. Not so much. Okay, outside linebacker. Brandon Togafau is 65 overall. I think these guys are a lot better than their overall numbers would suggest. And then Julius Malvo at 64 overall. So some good pieces there. Brought in one corner, Trevor Jordan. He starts out at 70 overall. Pretty good starting point. 90 speed, 88 excel. Couple free safeties. Prince Zakelj, 68 overall. Zach Santucci at 65 overall. And then we brought in Sidney Wimper, who is 66 overall at strong safety. So there you go. That's a look at the position changes. Didn't move a whole lot around. Mostly offensive line and the linebackers. And I think we got a good team. I'm excited to see how they train, how they look. And basically, if we can, level up as a team here at some different positions. So let's have a look. Got it. Thanks, Colin. Paperclip Williams. That's what we're calling him. I think he's a good player. So, okay, let's look at these training results. Hopefully some good bumps. Keenan Bobo's up to 82 overall. That's better than DeMarco was last year, if I'm not mistaken. So he goes up. Quentin Capra holds on to that QB2 job, but hold on. Tyrese Barr was the quarterback, too. He gets jumped by Quentin Capra, who's 79 overall as a redshirt freshman. So we might have another quarterback competition in the spring game between Bobo and Capra. He's got better throw power. Accuracy's not as good, but 90 speed, 90 excel, too. I mean, that's pretty darn good. So we might have to do something there. We'll see. Bobo looked good at points when he came in off the bench, but not so good at others. Carmen didn't move up a whole lot, I feel like. 82 overall, 91 speed, 91 excel. Pat Stoner, though, I feel like was like 74 overall before we advanced the week. And now he's up to 81 overall. Colin, can you go back and look and see what Stoner was last week? Because I don't think he was anywhere close to 81 overall. And he has like elite level development, so he must have just made a huge jump. Ravitz, too. I feel like Ravitz was in like the mid-70s. So they both are way up. So that's exciting. We might have a legitimate three-headed snake at running back this year. Let me know what Stoner was. He was 70 overall. Okay, Pat Stoner jumped up 11 overall points in one offseason. That's unreal. Like that, what the hell? So by the time, he's only a redshirt freshman. By the time he's a redshirt junior, if he stays on that pace, he's going to be a 99 overall player. That is unreal, dog. Whew. He's going to be hard to keep off the field this year. Okay, Morris gets jumped by Savage, who makes a huge jump from an overall standpoint as well. He's up to 83 overall and is our top receiver. 92 speed, 95 acceleration, 85 catch. Clancy's into the 80 overalls, so nice to see those two really jump off the trampoline, if you will. And we'll have to find who our third guy is going to be beyond there. But love that. Dukes doesn't move up at all, which is surprising. I thought he had a good developmental trait, but I guess not. Marco Cooper and Juan Tam right behind. Lacumbo, dang, he jumped up a lot. He might have earned himself the starting job back. He was 82 overall last week. So we put Goff in his position, but he outdevelops past Goff, and now he's up to 89 overall. So he might have to be the left tackle. Cook's up to 88 overall. Randall only moved up 1 point to 89. Joy's at 88. And Lemon's at 89. So we moved Goff over to left thinking he would be the starting tackle there, but he only moved up 3 points, and now he might be the odd man out. So that's interesting. We'll have to look at that. But I want to look at the depth pieces on the offensive line. We got an 82 redshirt sophomore. Well, Goff's only a redshirt junior anyway, so the pressure's not on him to play this year. He's got a year next season he can do. Look at how many young guys we have in the 80 overalls that aren't even starting this year. Littlejohn, Rourke, Weish, these guys are all into the 80 overall, and they're not even going to start till next year. Merling, Crow, bro, we have an insane amount of depth and talent in the offensive line. Beckner and Otis, like, year after year, we're going to be turning over 80 overall players, probably 90 overall players in the offensive line. We're going to lose we're going to lose basically our entire offensive line this year, but we have a whole entire offensive line waiting in the wings ready to go next year. So that's crazy, and that's awesome. That speaks to recruiting. Esteban Woodhead jumped up, I want to say 6 spots to 81 overall, so he's now our second string, and he passes Rook, so only moved up 1 point. So it's going to be Winton and Woodhead on this side, I guess. Byrne and Overhauser on the other side. I think we moved Byrne from left to right, if I'm not mistaken. D-tackle-wise, Caps is up to 85 overall. Gray is 86 overall. I don't even know if he moved any points, to be honest with you. But looking good in the D-tackle spot. DeMarco's up to 85 overall, so he jumps up a few points. 81 to 85, I believe. So that's great. Let's see what Duval is. He doesn't have a great developmental trait, but he's just a stud. 85 overall at Mike. Cortez Awe, though, is coming along really well. 84 overall, and then Teddy Teague, 77. Steve Stye's the only one that gets the offseason training benefits at right outside linebacker. He gets up to 72. Stokely's up to 84 overall. Kane's at 81. Adai goes from 72 to 77. And then our 3 redshirt freshmen are looking pretty good in the mid-70s. So they'll keep coming along. By the time they have to play, assuming these guys don't go pro after this year, they'll be where they need to be to see the field. Hochstein does not hit the 80 overall mark, but he's up to 79. And Henches, I don't think, moved up at all either. So some work to do at safety, I think. 76 kicker, that'll play, that'll do. 69 punter, again, hopefully we don't have to use him at all. So there we go. I do want to check and see real quick what some of the guys that made the massive jumps, what are their developmental traits? Capra is... Where do we see that? Impact, there, at the bottom, okay. Capra's impact, so he made a big jump. Stoner, I think, is elite or something like that. Yep, elite. So that's why he moved up 11 spots, man. I mean, that is crazy. And you know who else has elite is Monty Sims. Or impact, I'm sorry. No, that was Carmen. What? They showed me the wrong guy. Hold on. Please show me the right guy. Oh, we can't see it yet. But I'm pretty sure when we looked at it, he had an elite level development trait, so whatever. What is Savage? Savage is a star, so he made a pretty big jump. Clancy, I think, has a pretty good trait, too. No, he's actually normal. Okay, so never mind. Macumbo, what is your developmental trait? Okay, he's impact, so that's why he made a pretty decent jump. That makes sense. Who else made a massive jump? I think Woodhead made a pretty big jump. He's probably impact. Yep. Jimmy Winton's probably an impact. No, he's actually normal, but he came in at a very high rating. That's probably why. What is Byrne? I feel like he came out of nowhere. Yeah, he's impact. He must have climbed up the depth chart. Makes sense. Aiden Gray, I feel like he's an impact. He made a pretty big leap there. Dom caps his impact, so great. I mean, obviously you want as many impacts in your team as possible, so it looks like we got a lot of those. What is DeMarco? He's impact. Okay, great. That makes sense. Cortez always got to be like star or impact or something. Yep. And Coxie will have 1 year to develop, and he is an impact. So great. He'll have an opportunity next year to make a jump. Stokely and Kane, do they have anything? Stokely's impact. I feel like Kane has like normal maybe. Damn, Kane's elite, but he's only at 81 overall, and he came in at like 70, I feel like. So I wonder why he hasn't developed as much as he should. It's kind of weird. Huh. Adai's kind of jumped up quick. I think he's, I thought he was impact. He's actually normal. But he had a good offseason. I wonder why Kane is not higher than he is. Because if you got that, I mean, I feel like you should be developing at a quicker rate than you are. Henchis is a star, but I feel like he didn't move up much at all in the offseason. So, okay. Just wanted to look at that real quick. So let's move on. Took care of that. I'm liking how the team's looking, man. We got a lot of talent. A few positions that are question marks, but, we'll figure it out. We don't have any other choice. Okay, now we come to the interesting portion of this live stream and a turning point in the dynasty. So, as y'all know, if you've been here for a minute, last year we were 14th in the polls going into conference championship week. I thought all we had to do was beat Miami of Ohio. We would win the MAC, obviously, have the conference championship token, and we only had one loss. We were a 12-1 team with teams like Maryland and Colorado ahead of us who had 3 losses, not great resumes. So, obviously, the committee doesn't respect the schedule we play. They don't respect who we are, so we need to make a move here that is going to make them respect our program and what we do. So, my thinking is we're going to move from the MAC to the Big Ten, play against teams like Michigan, Michigan State that are in-state schools, and ultimately just level up our competition so that when we are in these situations where we're on the cusp of the playoff, our strength of schedule is better, and they have no reason to keep us out of the playoff. And I feel like just kind of going through and looking at the overalls of these teams, low 80s, Michigan's 87, Ohio State, I mean, those are the teams that are class of the conference, right? Oregon as well, and USC and teams like that. These are all teams that are on a level playing field with us. I feel like we have a team and a program that can come in and compete right away with these guys. So I'm thinking we move from the Mid-American Conference, which has clearly become way too easy for us. We run it every year, to the Big Ten. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. That's the big news I was waiting to tell y'all, and now you've heard it. We have been added to the Big Ten, and that is our future. As you can see, we're ranked 87 overall. That is better than every team but 2, tied with Michigan at 87 overall. How is this going to go? I don't know. It's a bit of a risk. Our regular season is going to get a lot tougher. The margin for error is slimmer, but really it's not because Maryland made it into the playoff and they had 3 losses in the Big Ten last year. So I think this is just going to make it more entertaining. We'll have more margin for error. We'll have more opportunities to make the college football playoff and take this thing to the next step. And quite honestly, I'm sick of, and I'm sure you guys are sick of, watching me play Akron and, I can't even remember the other MAC teams because they're so bad. Like Miami of Ohio, Kent State. Like, it's just boring. Like, we're way better than them at this point, and we need a new challenge. So that's what we're doing. We are moving to the MAC, and that is the situation. So there you have it. Should be a lot of fun. Every game is going to be winnable, losable at this point now, and it's going to get tougher. I've done this before, though. I did a Georgia Tech rebuild dynasty that's on my channel, and we moved from the ACC to the SEC, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. So certainly check that out if you guys want. I hope you're excited about this move. I definitely am. So that's the situation. Okay, we got encouraged transfers. All we got to do is clear up one spot because we brought in that linebacker. So let's kind of go through and see who might be that guy. I was always along the line of thinking that it'd be Stephen Morris here. I just don't see a fit for him in our offense. It was going to be Lacumbo, but he trained so well, he now has that starting gig at left tackle. So it's not going to be him. It could be Cook, although we might have to compare. We'd probably play him over Littlejohn here at left guard, to be honest. So we'll have to come back to that. I probably wouldn't do that there because he's in a position where he could play. I'm thinking it's going to be Morris. I mean, he is a pretty highly rated receiver, but I just don't want to play a guy that's 85, 88 speed excel, you know? I'd much rather have the upside of some other guys. But with that said, we talked about Rooks, right? And we don't really have a place for him in this defense either. So it might just be the best to, like I feel like there's more of an opportunity for Morris to see touches than there is for Rooks. What is he? 76 overall, and this other guy over here is higher at 77. So, yeah. I'm thinking we have Rooks bounce. I feel like Duhan can hold that gig up pretty well. He's heavier, he's bigger. So, yeah. Let's encourage Rooks to transfer, I'm thinking, and we'll have that be that. Yeah. So there we go. Pretty easy. I think that was a good one-for-one trade, bringing in Coxie, having Rooks hit the portal, and that's all we got. Coaching skills. We have 10 points to use. Is there anything we should use it on here? I wonder. This is recruiting. What was this? I think we used this on the offensive line. Yep. Let's do this one more time. Let's max out the offensive line thing because we know how bad the offensive line is. Boom. So that's maxed out. Where else could we use some help? I feel like we're good at quarterback. Our D-line could probably use some help because that's where games are going to be won and lost in the Big Ten. So why don't we go 5 here on the D-line? And there we go. That's our points. Why are there two lines for that? In case you missed it, we brought in both of Miami of Ohio's coordinators, OC and DC, so we're bringing them with us to the Big Ten. And there we go. I mean, that was the big news, guys. I was waiting to tell y'all about that, and we just did it. We won the MAC 2 straight years, have dominated the conference. Now it's time for a new challenge, and this will help us, I think, be in a better position to make it to the playoff. So there you have it. All right, and that brings us officially to the preseason. So a lot of excitement here. We bring in a great recruiting class. I like the transfer we got. I like how the guys developed in the offseason. I'm really excited for Season 5, and I hope you guys are too. So with that, let's, I think, start with the schedule. Let's see what they got us going with for the Big Ten. Bro, what in the world? Okay, I'm kind of confused because we moved to the Big Ten, but they only have us playing in 2 Big Ten games, Washington and Rutgers. So do we need to add these Big Ten games ourselves? I thought they would automatically give us a conference schedule. That's kind of weird. Okay. Well, since we have autonomy here, let's put week 5 as a bye. Oh, I see. So only 2 conference games. Got it. Well, can I just add them manually then? Nobody in week 0. Maybe in week 2 I can. Bro, what? That's the dumbest thing ever. I would not have made this switch had I known that it was just 2 conference games. What? Bruh, that is so stupid. That is so stupid. I have never heard of that before. What? Is it after I play a season or 2 in the Big Ten, does it give me the regular conference slate, or is this how it always is? Damn, that's ass, dog. That's so ass. I would much rather have a regular Big Ten schedule and then go from there. Okay, well, that's annoying. I didn't see that happening. You play a season, and the next offseason, you got to change it. What do you mean by that? Oh, you're saying that I had to change the conference rules after I joined the conference. That's what you're saying. Okay. Okay, well, you live and you learn. Oversight by me. Can I change the rules now, or is that past? Am I past the line of return? Okay, well, guys, I apologize. I didn't know that's how it works. So we'll play this season. We'll make it fun. We'll put some tough teams in the non-conference, which is going to be 9 or 10 non-conference games. And then next year, we'll make sure that we get the regular slate. I mean, that's really annoying how it doesn't tell you that. But whatever. So we'll go bye week in week 5. Definitely going to be playing Jacksonville State. Let's see who's available here in week 0. Maybe like a 3-star program. Let's see who's in 2-star. Just to start with an easy one. Anybody interesting? I'm thinking let's go back to New Mexico. We'll play there to start. Got to get some revenge on those guys. Eastern Michigan's a rivalry game. We'll come back to that. I wouldn't mind playing that. Rematch against West Virginia, potentially. Boise State's one of the best group of 5s. How about we play them? We'll go to the Smurf turf as well. Already played Louisiana Tech once. Let's bring North Carolina to KZoo. Bye week in week 5, as mentioned. Where's Jacksonville State? Where the hell are they at? There they are. All right, we got to play Jacksonville State. Play it at home. We'll try that again. Bye week, not playing Kent State. Already played TCU. Let's play my alma mater. We played them in the Dome before. Let's bring them in. Our 2 Big Ten games are home against Rutgers and at Washington, so those would be tough. We'll go, so random. We'll go to Wazoo, a place that has not treated me well over the years. I kind of like playing at Virginia. That's fine. Not Ohio, though. This is going to be such a random-ass schedule, but it'll be fun. We'll host Virginia Tech. If we come out of this schedule alive, we'll be okay. We should be able to make the playoff. Cal was in there last year. We'll play South Carolina to finish at home. So how many home games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 home, 5 away. All right, so it's going to be a really weird schedule, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Not what I intended, but this is a schedule where if we play well, should get us into the playoff. I mean, 1, 2, 3 ranked games, and like some of these teams could become ranked games eventually. New Mexico went 8-6. I think they went to their conference championship. Boise 11-3. UNC was 7-6. Jacksonville State, of course, was good, 14-1. Cuse was 7-5. Wazoo was not great. UVA not the best. Virginia Tech wasn't too good. Washington was pretty good. Rutgers not great. South Carolina was awful. But a lot of interesting games. Every game is going to kind of be against a new team that we haven't played yet. So there we have it. There you have it. Should be fun. A lot of trips to places we haven't gone before. And then next year we'll make sure we're back on the right track with playing the Big Ten schedule. So I don't know if that means we're going to be eligible for the Big Ten championship. That might hurt us. I don't think we are going to be because of that. But oh well. Okay, the last thing we got to do, besides looking at stuff like All-Americans and things like that, is recruiting. So let's see what the game thinks our needs are. I'm thinking like definitely safety, receiver, and tight end definitely. A few more offensive linemen. Games with me on safety. Probably some more linebackers. Yeah. So I think our biggest needs are receiver, tight end, and safety. So that'd be what we kind of look at to begin with. Maybe since we've moved into, the Big Ten, we'll get some better options for recruits. I mean, we've gotten some pretty good ones anyways. Look at this. 2 4-star tackles we're already in first for. D-end in first for. He's a 4-star. 4-star tight end. Ooh, 5-star. There we go. Love that. Interesting. Okay, let's start with the receivers. We didn't get any receivers. I think we got some athletes, though. There's probably some guys in the athlete section. Nope. Okay, we'll start with safety, then we'll go find receivers. So Najee Lemon. Man, a lot of lemons on our team. Last name, guys, the last name Lemon, that is. So Najee here. 4-star, top 160. 80 zone, 88 speed, 88 excel, 84 jumping, 86 agility. Damn good player. He gets an offer. Javon Sly, 91 speed, 90 agility, 91 excel. Two damn good players right there, guys. Two really damn good players right there. That's a good start. All right, strong safety. Kranchik, top 100. Man, these guys are all good. 80 zone, 92 speed, 88 excel. Say no more. Whew, I love all of those options. All right, linebacker we needed. We'll have plenty of points to hit receiver, don't worry. All right, we got 87 excel, 85 speed, 85 tackle. He's a run stopper, so his coverage isn't very good. We got a field general here. Bust. 86 speed, 88 excel. Pretty good coverage, but his developmental trait probably wouldn't be very good. We got a gem in Corbin Russo. 93 speed, 90 excel at 6'2", 229 from Buffalo, New York. 85 tackle, 63 man coverage, and 74 zone. Absolutely. Come on down. All right, Enrique Condon. 87 tackle, 87 excel, but the coverage isn't really there. We need some coverage for sure. All right, Max Rowe, field general, 6'1", 220. 90 excel, 89 speed, 69 block shed, 68 zone coverage. He's kind of got all the pieces. I like that. So 2 offers there, and let's hit tight end. We need tight end. Everett Shaw, what do you got? 81 catching, 82 catching traffic. I don't see his speed. I see 83 excel, which isn't great. Probably like a little better than that. Vertical threat, Emrit Zuniga. This might be the guy that we need. 85 speed, 88 excel, 83 catching. Yeah, I think he's the guy. Good agility. Yeah, from Westchester, Ohio. Okay, got that. Let's go find some receivers. We're going to need to move some guys off the board. So I think we should go back to these linebackers and move everybody off that we didn't offer. Come back to them if we need to get more. All right, let's find some receivers here. All right, we'll start there. Siaki Uluavi from Hawaii. Okay, that's pretty cool. 93 jumping, 92 speed, 89 excel at 6'2", kind of like Tet McMillan traits. Looks good to me. John Crow. Wow, that is quite a name, quite a look. Deep threat. 96 excel, 96 speed. Nope, this is the guy. Absolutely. He looks a little strange, but he kind of looks like that Sills guy from West Virginia. David Sills, beast from back in the day. Josh Warlow from Aurora, Illinois. I've heard of that place. Gem, 94, 92. He's 5'8", so here's our future slot receiver. So boom, boom. I like all of them, honestly. I'd be down to bring all of them in. So there you go. Offers, offers, offers. Some good options there. All right, we still have a lot of hours to use. What else do we need? Let's check these D tackles out. Matthew Sons, a gem. Duncan, South Carolina. Good finesse moves. 90 strength. 84 tackle. Love it. Ben Vick. How big is he? 280? All right, so good mix. This guy's a little heavier. 88 strength, 84 hit power, 75 block shed. So we got a run stopper, and then he's a speed rusher. So how many D tackles do we need? We don't need any, actually. So we'll just stick with Sun for now. All right, how about D end? Jeff Oden's a gem. 85 finesse move, 85 excel, 84 speed. Everything looks good there. Marvin Angerer, 88 strength, good excel, good pursuit. They both look good. J.P. McMillan, gem, 100th best recruit in the country, 84 tackle, 87 strength, 82 block shed. These guys all look really good. I don't even know if I need to see any more, honestly. All right, man, the nice thing about where we are right now is that we really don't have that many needs otherwise. So we've got to look at this 5-star linebacker. Gem, and he's the number 2 recruit in the country from Hawaii. 85 speed, 88 excel, 88 speed. Coverage not great, but as far as run stopping goes, he's absolutely elite. Yeah, got to offer him. These guys are all coverage linebackers. I am intrigued extremely. 85 speed, 89 excel, 75 zone. 86, 88. These are all really good players. 88. He's the best of the bunch, though. Malachi Clark here. So 2 offers there. Corner we should do as well. All right. 88 excel, 92 speed. He's a slot corner. Yeah, I'd love that. Good change of direction. Good coverage. Offer. Hit safety already, and we have points to spare. Man, we are in a really good spot recruiting-wise. I love my running backs, so why don't we look at running backs just for the heck of it. 91, 91, 84 carry. Elusive. 92, 92. These guys are both good. How about quarterback? Let's check Tremaine Coleman here. 88 throw power, 80 speed. Throws it on the run pretty well. Staten Island. Gem, all right. Garrett Martino. 94 throw power, 87, 88. He's pretty dang good. Give him an offer. And then we'll give those 2 running backs offers. All right, what else do we need? I mean, my God, I still have 50 hours here. What lineman did we need? We needed tackle and guard. Okay. All right, Tyrone Cummings. He's 6'7", 297. What a specimen. 87 strength. And then let's check one of these guards out. Dominic Suggs. That's a heck of a name. Better be good at football. That's all we can do on him. But we'll finish that as we go. So, guys, I mean, we got a ton of really good players on the board. 4 stars, a 5-star, and if we can just get some of them, that would be awesome. So, that was exciting. Last thing to look at here is like the preseason top 25, all that stuff. So they got us in 12th, which means preseason we are projected to make the college football playoff. So that's exciting. Definitely the highest we've been ranked coming into the season. 87 overall with a 90 offense and an 86 defense. That's better than Maryland. That's better than Washington. That's better, about as good, if not better than Michigan, better than Illinois, better than UCLA, better than Penn State. So we are one of the best teams from a talent standpoint in the Big Ten. I wish we were playing more Big Ten teams, but it is what it is. That's awesome. Jacksonville State's at 21. How about the coaches poll? They also have us 12th. So there we go. A lot of respect for the Broncos, man. I think this is going to be a fun year, and we got a tough schedule, but I think it'll be a lot of fun to watch. And if we come out of it alive, we'll be in that playoff for sure. Preseason Big Ten rankings, they have us as the top team in the Big Ten. They are predicting us to win the Big Ten preseason. What the heck? Unfortunately, we're only playing 2 Big Ten games. I don't know if we can qualify for the championship with that, but we'll see, I guess. How about the MAC? Who's predicted to win the MAC? Yeah, Miami of Ohio. They're automatically the best team in there now because we're not there. All right, preseason All-Americans. See if we got anybody in there. Nope, not for the first team. And not for the second team. All right, keep sleeping on us. How about Big Ten? Any preseason all-conference? No first team? I wonder if it's because we just joined the conference, they wouldn't pick our players because they don't know any of them, possibly. And there's no glitches. We're not on the MAC list either. Okay, that's fine. No preseason All-Americans, but who cares? I mean, they get those wrong half the time anyway. Yeah, David, we moved to the Big Ten, man. Did it in this live stream, so should be a fun year. We're not playing a Big Ten schedule, but we're in the Big Ten. So that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. I think we can advance to week 1. We may as well just do that because everything's set up, and I don't want anything glitching or anything like that. Yeah. And then we'll cut it there. Spring game and the QB competition will be the next live stream. So let me edit the off-season and the postseason episodes, and we'll go live probably like on Monday with the spring game, and then we'll go from there. That'll be our plan of attack. So yeah, game 1, we're going to New Mexico, and then we will host Eastern Michigan for a rivalry game. Couple easy ones in theory to start. And then we will get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule, which is all Power 4 teams plus Jacksonville State. From there, I thought I changed. Bro, what in the world? This is... I am pretty sure I changed this Georgia game to something else. 5, 7. Okay, well, I didn't have us playing Georgia on the schedule. But it looks like we're going to be playing Georgia on the road. That's weird. Maybe they weren't available to play those weeks, and so it kicked me off of there. But for the most part, the rest of the games I scheduled are there. Only one that's not there is the Georgia one, which I think I had us going to, like, I forget. But, okay, whatever. I mean, we should have a tough game on there anyway, so that'll be our tough game of the year. Everything's kind of out of whack because I didn't know we had to change the whole schedule thing to what it is. But we will do that next year. Anyways, really fun live stream. I'm super excited for this season, guys. We're ranked high to begin. We got a fun schedule in store in the Big Ten now. That'll more so take effect next year. But hopefully this is the playoff season, man. More opportunities to boost our resume, gain some respect. And you guys are going to want to be here for every game. They might all be really good. So no blowouts, no gimmies like last year. So I'm excited. Hopefully we get better this year too. I'm sure we'll be challenged a lot more, and we'll be more prepared for the playoff when we make it there. So thank you guys. Like the video on your way out. As I said, I'll be back soon with the spring game, the QB competition, and then we'll get week 1 rolling at New Mexico, our former school. Hopefully put it on them and get rolling. So appreciate it. Everybody have a great day and get fired up for another new season. Go Broncos.